We want to invite Rich Evans to the stage. Rich is with Florida Blue. I was also at Rich's kickoff. I'm sure I see a pattern developing here of success, right?
Great.
I know that, again, back when we kicked off, I know that when we got engaged with one another and started our partnership, it was all about RNs, right? You guys
Correct.
had a larger than desired turnover in your RN population. And that was, obviously that's a critical position for you. So, we came in to help with that. And I think we did a good job and really kind of created some pull in the organization.
Yeah, the driving force to initiate our relationship with People Answers was a higher than desirable turnover in our RN community. We've got that under control, but what it did do, as you said, the People Answers capability then the word began to spread within the organization that we were onto something that had some real value to it. So we were able to expand it now into our customer service area and to some other areas of the company as well.
Right, right. So it was a good start. I mean, a great way to get going together. But then there was I've been wanting to use this word on stage forever, a cataclysmic change. That's a big word, I know. Cataclysmic. Use it anybody you want to use it. A cataclysmic change in really the market, and that created a need that you guys had to address. So
there's a little bit of change going on in our industry right now. That
cataclysmic, right? I mean, would you say it's cataclysmic?
So cataclysmic.
I would. I mean, I'm
almost afraid to say that word.
I'm just saying, I think it's cataclysmic, but go ahead.
Yes, we have been, there was change going on in our industry even before healthcare reform.
Right.
We were seeing a movement in our market from more of a B2B, where we're an insurance company selling insurance products and plans to employers and large groups, to more of a consumer-centric approach.
Right.
That was in migration when healthcare reform came along, and all of a sudden the acceleration and the explosion of that migration is now, we're really standing up now an opportunity to become more of a business-to-consumer type of organization, or B2C, as opposed to our traditional B2B methodology.
Right. Yeah, and I know we had been talking. I saw an example of that a couple of weeks ago, pop up on the internet, Yahoo, Walgreens, right?
Right. Yeah, we knew that there was going to be movement on the part of employers to have their employees become more responsible for making decisions around their own health insurance. We expected that to start with some of the smaller employers. We were shocked when we saw Walgreens with 120,000 employees sending their employees to the exchange to buy their insurance products for 2014.
Right.
So this is really going to be a very, very large event.
Right. So big shift in the market, big change on how you do business now.
Right.
I think we brought a video that kind of demonstrates that, hey, it went all the way to the top of the organization.
Yeah, this is a video from our CEO who's talking to us in an intranet video about how it is we have to change as a company in order to meet the needs of a really changing marketplace.
Okay, good. Let's go ahead and cue it up.
Our new name was just the beginning of a journey that requires all of us to think, behave, and work differently. We started our journey by focusing on our mission to help people and communities achieve better health. This is a turbulent time, and there is a great deal of change happening in the marketplace. It is important that we have clarity about where we've been and where we are headed. We continue to evolve into a health solutions company that is focused on the consumer. That focus applies no matter where you work in the organization. Taking care of the consumer is always good for business.
Yeah, good video. So big change. I think I heard him say cataclysmic. I'm
not
not
sure. Did he say that?
I did. It was something like that.
I'm proud of him. He used big
Yeah,
words.
I don't know. Maybe I just put that in there. Sorry. Anyway, so it goes all the way to the top of the CEO. Big change in the market for you. How did People Answers help you address that change?
Well, one of the strategies that emanated from this shift in the marketplace was our willingness and our desire to become more of a retail organization.
Okay.
And we now have 11 retail centers around the state of Florida, 4 more coming online over the course of the next year or two. So what it is we're doing now is we're now learning how to market to individuals as opposed to group benefit decision makers.
Right.
And also providing service. You heard Pat say our migration to a healthcare solutions company, which means we're more than just an insurance plan, where it's not just claims in and checks out anymore.
Sure.
We really have to become more of a consultant to, an advisor to our members as they have to navigate not only decisions about what plan to have, but also about the kinds of care that they need to have in order to stay healthy.
Right, right. So, and you guys you've opened retail outlets or stores,
right.
and we built profiles for that. And
Correct. The direct impact of People Answers was to help us build profiles in this really uncharted territory for us. We'd never been a retail company before. We've never been a mattress firm. We don't know how to sell to individuals. So now we have to figure out how to do that. And one of the ways we could do that was, A, bring in some people with some retail experience, and then get them energized around the profiles that we have built. We've got 4 custom profiles we're using for our retail centers today.
Okay.
Don't have enough time in service to do a study yet, but the anecdotal evidence is very strong that we're on the right track. We're hiring the right people.
Okay, makes sense. So change takes place. You get tapped kind of to take over this initiative because of the pull you already have in the organization with our project.
Right.
But it creates a need, and that's kind of what I want to focus on, what that executive needs. So what's the challenge, right, with being tapped? And
if I could point to one thing that I did that was the right thing in order to get that traction, it was to get our head of retail, the VP of retail, energized about the People Answers solution.
Okay.
He happened to be working in another part of the organization, in the service organization, when we built profiles for our customer service advocates. So he was already a fan. All I needed to do was say, look, we need to have the help of People Answers to help us go into this area of work, this uncharted territory called retail selling to individuals, something that we really have never done before.
Right, right. So keep them engaged or start with them up front, right? Mm-hmm. And then how do you continue that path? How do you continue to let him know, hey,
Correct.
You know, because one, you want him to know the project is going well, but also, I mean, this takes your time, right? And how do you continue to show him the value of what you're doing? I mean,
exactly right.
Yeah. Okay, so keep them informed, keep them engaged, those type of things, right?
And it also makes it easier then for the people that actually have to help us build the profiles, the managers and the leaders in the organization that have to collect the data and fill out the spreadsheets. Sure. When there's a message coming from the top that says this is a good idea, it's a lot easier to get them to volunteer to do that work than it is if you're trying to pull it from people that are somewhat willing, but necessarily think they have other higher priorities than doing the work that gets these profiles stood up.
Sure. Okay. Good. So what's next for you? Where do we go from here?
Well, from here we're going to be doing with some of our other profiles that have some maturity with them. We'll plan on doing studies for our direct sales organization in 2014. Also looking forward to having some of our other profiles mature to that level as well, to conduct some studies, and which will further and scientifically confirm that our partnership with People Answers has been great for Florida Blue.
Very good. Makes perfect sense. So you've got a couple of takeaways I think you want to share with our audience today?
People can read most of this stuff, but I think for me the key was to get the sponsorship at the top level of the organization, to get the chief marketing officer, to get the head of retail energized around People Answers and our partnership with you guys, so that they know that we maybe not making perfect selection decisions, but we're a lot better off than if we were just using our usual tried and true methodologies.
Right. Makes sense. Okay. Well, good deal. Well, thanks for your time today. Thanks for visiting with us, and again, kind of sharing the story of how you kind of met and addressed the executive need. So,
thank you, Rick. Appreciate
thanks very much.
All right.
All right.